Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into an incredibly fascinating ancient text that pulls off an amazing transition. It goes from a terrifying, high-stakes cosmic standoff right into a literal walking tour of sacred sites. We're looking at a piece of ancient literature that seamlessly blends this intense mythological drama with very real grounded geography. Truly, it's a journey from the heavens right down to the dirt and rivers of antiquity. Let's get into it.
We open right in the middle of some extreme tension. Listen to this desperate plea from Indra, the king of the gods himself. He cries out, "Be merciful to me! My undertaking can never come to naught!" So what exactly led to this? Well, his arms are completely paralyzed, and he is literally licking his lips in sheer terror. Why? Because a frightful demon of absolutely terrifying appearance is approaching him with a wide open mouth. It looks like the god of death himself is just ready to devour him whole.
So let's define exactly what is terrifying the god of 100 sacrifices. It's a demon named Mada. Now, Mada translates literally to intoxication. And this terrifying creature wasn't just some random monster wandering around the cosmos, It was specifically summoned and created by the incredibly powerful Saint Chyavana, who was the son of Brigu.
Desperate times, right? To survive this monstrous embodiment of intoxication, Indra begs for mercy. He finally caves on a massive cosmic dispute. He agrees that the twin deities known as the Ashwins are in fact entitled to drink the sacred Soma juice. But to save a little face, Indra claims his original resistance to them having the juice was just a clever plot all along. He says he just wanted to spread the fame of Chyavana and his father-in-law, King Saryati, giving the saint a chance to display his immense power.
Moving right along to Section 1, the birth of intoxication, deconstructing the demon.
What happens next to Mada perfectly explains human vulnerability to vice. Appeased by Indra's surrender, Chyavana frees the paralyzed god, but he doesn't just destroy the demon. Instead, he chops this literal manifestation of intoxication into pieces. He then distributes it into 4 earthly domains: drinks, women, gambling, and field sports. This myth so elegantly explains how a terrifying cosmic force was basically shattered into everyday earthly temptations.
With the cosmic threat resolved into everyday human flaws, the text notes a really peaceful conclusion for our powerful saint. Having cast down the demon, gratified Indra with a Soma draft, and spread his own fame across all the worlds, Chyavana just retires. The best of those endued with speech passes his days happily in the wood, right by his shining, bird-filled lake, alongside his loving wife, Sukanya. Threat neutralized?
All right, Section 2, the sacred tour begins, a guide to ancient holy sites.
Now, here is where the text abruptly zooms out from the cosmic myth, and a speaker named Lomasa begins acting as a literal tour guide for King Yudhishthira, the scion of Bharata's race. He gives the king and his blood brothers a highly specific physical itinerary to ensure success in every undertaking. First, they have to offer libations of water to their forefathers and gods, right there at Chyavana's shining lake. Then visit a place called Sukanya. Next, repair to the Saindhava wood and behold its small artificial rivers. And finally, touch the waters of all the holy lakes and recite hymns to the god Stanu, or Shiva.
And this detail brilliantly illustrates the immense scale of time we're dealing with in this text. Lomasa points out that the very spot they are visiting is the physical junction of 2 great world ages, the Dvapara and the Treta ages. Just being at this geographical and temporal intersection and performing ablutions there is described as an act capable of destroying all the sins of a person. That is some powerful geography.
Which brings us to Section 3, Archika Hill, the dwelling of cultured minds.
Now, Archika Hill isn't just any landscape. It's described as an excellent place fit for the celestials themselves, and a dwelling place for men of cultured minds. It boasts these incredible features: seasonal fruits that miraculously grow at all times of the year, forever running streams, holy cairns of diverse forms set up by the celestials, 3 distinct peaks, 3 springs, and, get this, the actual bathing spot belonging to the moon itself.
But it's not just the scenery. In this incredible paradisical landscape, Lomasa points out the ascetics who dwell there on all sides. And these aren't your average forest dwellers. He points specifically to the Valakilyas and the Pavonakas. These are saints who miraculously subsist on air alone. Imagine walking through a physical space populated by beings performing such extreme and unfathomable austerities.
The legacy of this hill is simply staggering.
epic figure spent time here. Santanu and Sanaka, the sovereign of men, attained everlasting regions from this very place, as did the legendary Nada and Narayana. Even the gods, forefathers, and mighty saints constantly laid down here, carried out intense austerities, and ate rice cooked in milk. The physical dirt of the hill is steeped in this divine history, which is exactly why Lomasa urges Yudhishthira to offer sacrifices there.
Okay, Section 4, the exhaustless Yamuna, and Indra's propitious spring.
Our tour guide Lomasa then directs our gaze to the next physical landmark, the exhaustless spring of the Yamuna River. Now, this isn't just a scenic geographical feature. It is specifically noted by Lomasa as the exact place where Krishna himself engaged in a rigorous life of penances. The physical water is forever tied to that powerful divine action.
Lomasa notes that Yudhishthira, who he super intensely addresses as "thou that draggest the dead bodies of thy foes," won't be walking this path alone. He's going to be accompanied to this holy spot by the twin brothers, Bhimasena and Krishna. It's essentially a collective royal pilgrimage through a profoundly sacred landscape.
Right nearby is Indra's holy spring. This is described as an excellent and propitious hill, fit for people of a kindly and candid disposition. So what happened here to make it so holy? Well, Lomasa explains that the creative and dispensing deity, along with Varuna, rose upwards here and dwelt in this very spot, observing forbearance and possessing the highest faith.
And finally, Section 5, Legacy of the Ancients, the Power of Sacrifice. As we conclude this geographical tour, we have to look at the ultimate spiritual utility of the celebrated Yamuna. Frequented by hosts of mighty saints, the Yamuna is described as the scene of diverse religious rites. But more importantly for our royal pilgrims, it's a holy place that actively destroys the dread of sin. The geography itself acts as a literal spiritual cleanser for those who visit it.
And exactly who harnessed this power in the past? Well, the ancient kings who utilized the sacred space included Mandata, known for wielding a mighty bow, who performed sacrificial rites for the gods right here at the Yamuna. And Somaka, the son of Sahadeva, who was known as a most excellent maker of gifts, also performed magnificent sacrifices in this very spot. They left their spiritual imprint right on the land.
As we wrap up this explainer, it leaves us with such a fascinating thought. We've seen how an ancient cosmic demon representing intoxication was defeated, chopped up, and scattered into our everyday human vices like gambling and field sports. And we've seen how physical rivers and hills hold this immense, almost unfathomable divine history capable of washing away sin. So it really makes you wonder, if the very landscape is built on such epic foundations, what invisible stories, what ancient intoxications, and what sacred histories might be echoing through the physical spaces you're walking through right now?